Yeah, hello there and welcome back, and let us continue with our lesson over here. So in the previous lesson we learned how we can add the app bar over here, or the top app bar, using the scaffold over here. So the next step what we will do over here is we'll add a bottom navigation bar over here, and for that let's go back to our application over here. And if you take a look on the scaffold, we have the option to add in the button bar over here. So for that, let's go and add the screens over here, and let me go and create the new file over here, and this will be of a file, and let's make this one as a home scr screen over here. And let's create a composable function over here, add a com composable, and then we'll create the function of the, let's say, a home scr screen over here. And inside this, let's go and create the column over here, and let's add the modifier. So let's add in the modifier over here, and the modifier will be of the modifier dot let's make this one as the modifier dot the fill the fill the max size. So we want to expand it to the full screen over here. And then once we have that inside, let's go and create one simple text over here, and the text will be of the, let's say, a home. And let me just try to arrange this one over here, and that should be good. And over here dot, I will add the one more that will be of the, so I guess let's not add in the padding over here. And next is we can also add the vertical alignment, I guess. So let me add in the comma over here. So ver vertical arrangement, and that will be of the arrangement dot the let's add it to the center over here. So this is our home screen, and we'll just copy the code and we will add in the some more screens over here. Let's create the new file, and that will be of the, let's say, pr product and scr product screen. And let's go and paste the content over here, and this will be of the product screen. So product product screen over here, and we'll just make this one as a product product over here. And let's create the another one. Let's have in the one more file, and let's create this one as, let's say, a card and scr in screen over here. And let's go and paste it over here, and let's rename this one as the card screen over here, and rename this one as well. And we'll have a one more that will be of the setting. So setting setting screen screen over here. And let's go and paste the content, and let's rename this one as the setting screen over here, and also this one will be of the setting. So once we have all of the required screen, what we need to do is we need to add the bottom navigation. So for that, we'll also require the route, and the for that, let's go and create the new package over here, and let's call this one as the route over here. And inside this route, let's go and create the navigation graph, so it will help us to navigate. So let's create the a new file over here, and I'll just call this one as the bottom. Let's give a nav graph, and I guess it will be of the file. And once we have this, let's create the add the composable function over here, and let's create the function of the bottom nav. So bottom bottom and nav graph over here. And first we will require some of the parameter, so that will be of the nav controller. And I guess currently we don't have the nav controller over here. That will be of the nav host and a nav host controller. So currently we don't have that dependency, so let's go and add in over here. So let's go to the build at the Gradle file, go to the Gradle script and go to the build.the-Gradle, which is of the module app. Don't open up this particular project over here. So we need to add the dependency on the module app over here. It's quite similar to the Flutter. We also need to add a lot of the dependencies. So here, let's go and add that somewhere over here. So let's add the dependency over here. And once we have added this particular dependency, you can see I have added the Android X navigation, and this is for the navigation dash compose, and this is the version. And also I have added this Android X compose material and the material 1.4.3 over here to use the bottom navigation and the bottom navigation item. So we will be using the material over here. So let's go back over here. Once we have that, let's go over here, and now we can add our nav host controller over here. So we can have the nav host controller, and also I will add the padding values over here. That will be of the padding values. And let's create the body over here, and I will have to create the nav host over here, which takes the nav controller. So let's create the nav host, and the nav controller will be of our nav controller that we have over here. So controller. So just copy this and paste it over here. So we'll have the nav controller, and the graph, we don't require the graph for now. Let's try to arrange this one. So we will pass in the start destination over here, sta start destination, and then the start destination will be let's keep currently a text over here that will be of the home, or you can just say a home route for now. And then the next is we require another one that will be of the modifier over here, and then the modifier dot the padding will be of the padding values that we have defined over here. I guess we need to open up the body over here. Okay, so now we got the nav graph builder. So now we got the start destination as the home. And for that, what we need to do is let's go down, and we need to create the composable over here, and we need to pass in the route first of all. So the route currently we will make use this one as the home, and then in the let's open up the body over here, and this will be of the home screen. So this will return us the home screen. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this one from here, and let's paste it below. So we have the for screen, so let us add it over here, and this one will be of the let's say product, and we need to open the product screen over here, and this is of the card. So we need to open the card screen over here, and then we have the home. Okay, so this was the so this one should be at the top. So let's add this one, the home, and then we have the product, we have the card, and then finally we have the setting over here. So let's open up the settings screen over here. So once we have this setup, we are good to go. So the next is we will create the bottom bar items. So for that, let's go and create the new Kotlin class over here, and let's keep this one as the we need to create the shield class over here. So for that, let's say bottom bar scr screen, or the bottom bar item, and let's add that one over here. This is of the shield class. We'll take some pass in some parameters over here. That will be of the val. Let's say the route, route. This is the type of the string, and then we have the another one var, or we'll say make use the val of the title, and this is also of the string, and we'll create the val of the icon, and this is of the image vector. So make sure you use it from the compose, so image vector over here, and let's make this one also as the val over here. So once we have this, let's open up the body, and inside we'll create the object over here that will be of a home, and we have the bottom bar screen over here, or bottom bar icon. You can give any name. So for now, let's go. We will have the route will be of the this is of the home, and we will have the title. Let's say title is of the home, and then we'll also have the another option which is of the icon, and the icons dot the default dot, let's make use of the home over here. So we have that. So let's copy this content, and we need to create the 2 and then the 3. So first we will have the home, and then we'll have the product. This will be also of the product over here, and this is also of the product over here. And let's give some like a product. I think we can't find product, so let's give it as a place over here, and then the card, and this is of the card, and let's make this one as the card. And here we have this something like a shopping cart. The shopping cart is there, and finally we have the setting over here. This is of the setting over here, as well as this one will be of the setting over here, and let's give the SE settings over here. So now we have this shield class. You can also go and replace the hard-coded name from this particular bottom bar screen. So if you want, you can just go and make use of the bottom bottom bar screen dot the home dot the route. So you can also get that particular value over here in this way. And also, if you want, you can also replace this one from here and just paste that value over here. So you can do either way. So it's better to replace the hard-coded with the actual value. So once you change over there in the bottom bar item or the screen, it will replace it over here as well. So this is of the home, this is of the product, and this is of the card, right? And this is of the setting over here. So we are done with this one. So let's close all of this for now. So let's close all of these open file over here, and we'll just open one file that is of the I guess it's the main app over here. So in the main app we have the top bar, and this is the top bar, and below this will open the bottom bar over here. So for the bottom bar, what we'll do is we will create the one separate function for that one to use. Before that, let's go down and let's remove this one from here, and we don't require this one for now. Just remove that, and what we will do over here is we'll open the bottom. We have the nav graph over here, right? So we have the nav controller, so we need to pass in the padding value, each of the padding values, and then the nav control. So currently we don't have that nav controller, so we will have to create that one. So let's go down first of all, and we will fix that later. And let's go and create the add composable function over here, and let's create the function or something like a bottom bar over here, and we need to pass in the nav controller over here, and that will be of the nav controller itself. So let's go down, and let's first of all we require the list of our screens. So for that, let's create the val, and then the screens, which is of equals to the list of, and let's remove the type, and inside this we will pass in the our screens. So that will be of the bottom bar screen that we have dot the home, I guess. So we have that, and let's copy this one over here. We require a 4, so let's paste it below over here, and once will be of the product, another one will be of the card, and then we have final one which is of the string. So once we have the list of all of this, let's go down, and let's create the another variable val, the nav bstack. entry. I'll use a by, and which is a Kotlin function feature, and nav controller that we have dot the current backtrack entry as the state. So we'll just take this one as over here, and we have some errors over here, and let's try to import this one over here. And now you can see that get the current navigation backstack entry as the mutable state. When a given nav controller changes the backstack due to the nav controller that navigate or the nav controller that pop backstack will be triggered. So this will give us the current backstack entry over here. And from this, what we need to get is, well, I need to get the current destination. So CURE and the current DSTI and current destination, which is of equals to the nav backstack entry, and this can be of nullable type, and we get the destination. So this will give us the destination associated with the entry, returns the destination that is currently visible to the user. So this will give us the current destination over here. And now once we have that, let's make use of the material tree NAV. I need to use a NAV navi and NAV IGATR navigation bar, which is from the material tree. So I need to make use of this one over here. And for the row scope, what we'll do is we have the screens that we have, right? So it's screens dot, I'll map it to the for each over here, and we get the SCR in screen over here. So once we have this screen, what we need to do is we need to create the NAVIG navigation bar items over here. So this is the navigation bar items that we need to create. So let's populate the some of the on click. Okay, so let's have in over here, and for that, I guess let's remove this one for now. I guess we can remove this. And for the selected, so let's first of all give the label. So label will be of the this is of the composable. So what we need to do is we need to create the text over here. Text, we can get it from the screen that we have, right? Dot the title, we can get the title over here. And then we can also pass in the icon. We need to create the icon over here. An icon, what we can do is we can use the SCR screen. Okay, so we need to create the screen. So I guess we can also use the if condition. Okay, but for now let's just keep it simple, and later we'll see how we can change that one, because in the card we want to show some badge over there. For now let's just keep it as a simple, and I'll just make use of the icon over here. And the image vector, we can just provide the SCR screen dot we have the icon over here, and in destination or the description we'll just give something like the okay, so let's take it from the screen dot the title for the description over here. I guess that should be fine. And once we have the icon over here, and next is we need to select it. So we want to have this selected. This is whether the item is selected or not. So for this one, what we can do is if we can use the current destination over here, and if it is of the nullable type dot the hierarchy, we can find the hierarchy over here dot any over here, and we can use the lambda expression over here. So this is also what we can do over here. We'll check for the it dot the route. We can get the route is equals to the screen dot the route. If it is of the same, then we are going to return the true from here. So which means that if the current screen route and the current destination the route is of the same, then we are going to return that one. So we have some, if we get some error over here, let's try to replace with the hierarchy. Okay, so this is of a nullable type, so we have to replace that one as well. So now you got the if the item is selected, we need to check if the current destination or route is equals to the screen.the route. If it is matched, then we are selected that one. And next is on click. So on the click we need to navigate, right? So we need to navigate. So for that, let's go inside over here and we'll make use of the nav controller that we have dot the navigate over here. So we can navigate over here and the navigate to the screen that we have dot the route. So let's navigate to this particular route and also open up the lambda expression. We have the nav option builder over here, and you can add in the some option over here, the nav option builder over here. And I think we will do it later. For now, let's try to keep it simple. And let's go on to the top over here. And what we require over here is the main app. What we require is the val and the nav contr controller, which is of equals to rem remember the nav controller over here. And just remove the params over here. And now we have the nav controller over here. And just copy this one, and we need to pass in as over here the nav controller over here. So in the bottom bar, what we can do is we can pass in our, let's go and create the lambda over here, and we have the bottom bar over here that we just created over here, and let's pass in the nav controller over here. And let's try to restart our application, and let's try to see if we are able to view that particular navigation graph on the bottom bar over here. So we got some errors. So let's try to fix this particular issue over here. Let's try to see what is the error over here. So duplicate the JDK, and this is not found. So if we open up our build module over here, we have make use of, okay, so let's go down over here, and I guess it's on here. Let's try to change this particular version to the 8, and I guess the current one is of the 21. And I guess let's try to sync this Gradle, and let's try to rerun our application. So let's try to rebuild it again. And again we got some errors. So let's take a look on the compiler error over here. So this version of 1.3.2 for the Compose compiler required the version called Kotlin version 1.7.20, but we are actually using 1.8.21. So for that, let's go back to our over here, and let's go on to the top over here. And this is the Kotlin compiler, and here we need to upgrade it to the, let's say that is of the 4, I guess, and let's make use of the 7 over here. Let's try to sync over here, and let's try to rebuild the application one more time over here. And now you can see that we have our bottom navigation bar over here. That's cool. So now you can actually navigate over here. You can see that you have the screen over here, and you can navigate over here. That's pretty cool over here. And now if you go back, and it has a lot of the back stack over here actually, if you take a look. So it's going to the back stacks. That's because if you navigate multiple times, it's going to keep the back stack for you. So when you go back, you have to go back on each of the back stack. But if you don't want this feature over here, and once you user clicks the back button, you directly wanted to go to the main screen, no matter how many times you have been navigating over here, then you want to clear all of the back stack, and you want to go back to the home screen over here when the user clicks on this one. So for that, what we can do is we'll go back to the over here, and here in the nav option we have the we have that feature, so we can utilize the nav option builder over here. For that, let's go over here, and what we'll do is we will use the pop up to, so pop up to, and here we will provide the nav controller, so that we have dot the graph, right? So we can use the graph, graph graph dot the find the start destination. So we can find the start destination, and I guess dot the id over here. So now, and here we can also set the save the state, which is of equals to the true over here. So this will pop up to the given destination before navigating. This will pop all the non-matching destination from the backstack, which basically means that it will clear all the backstack entry on our bottom navigation, and it will go to our start destination, which is of the home screen. So this will clear all of our backstack. So we can just provide some comment for that one. So let me write some comment over here. And once we have this comment, so pop up to the start destination. And also you can also add in some more option over here. If you go down over here, and we can also add the launch single on top, so we can just make this one to be true over here as well. And this one, if you go and if you take a comment over here, whether this navigation action should be launched as a single top, that is, there will be at most one copy of the given destination on the top. So which means that only single copy of the destination will be available in our backstack over here. So this is cool, right? So we can also add some comment over here, so in case you want to avoid the multiple copies of the same destination when reselecting the same items over here. And also you can provide some other information like the restore state over here, which is of equals to the true over here. And if you read the documentation, whether this navigation action should be restored any state previously saved by the pop up to the builder.save state. So if you want to restore this state, you can use this particular over here. So let's also add in the comment for that one in case you require it for the documentation. Restore the state when reselecting the previously selected item. So this means that if you have some state and you navigate back and forward, so you can restore the previous state from the navigation stack. So now we can just reload our application, and let's try to launch our button navigation. So now if we go over here, and the here again, and then the here again. Now if I click on the back, so I should go back to the home screen, and that is the start destination. So we don't want to keep the stack of the navigation, but depending on your requirement, if you have to keep the back stack, then by default it's already there. But in case if you don't like that particular, and you want to be more memory efficient, and then you can remove that functionality in this way. So I guess that's all for this lesson. And in this lesson we learn about the material 3, that this is the material 3 button navigation on the Jetpack Compose. So let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.